You recently posted a video offering to sit down with the current gentleman in the White House to talk about LGBTQ rights. Has he taken you up on it yet?
No. No, he's kind of been busy lately. I understand that. But I honestly, I do, it was harder coming out as a Republican than it was coming out as trans in the current environment. Yeah. And so I do a lot of political things, but most, I would say 80–90% of it is behind the scenes. Yeah. I think I really get a lot more accomplished that way. Right. Very rarely do I really do anything publicly. Right. So, yeah, it's, I'm glad I'm in the position that I'm in because I got a good in with the Republican Party because, as we know, the Democrats do a much better job when it comes to LGBT issues.
They really do.
And I know that. I'm not stupid, but as far as the Republicans need help, and I'm there to help them.
Yes. But are you surprised that this president didn't say anything about Pride Month? He's the first president in a long time.
Yeah, no, I have been disappointed in a few ways. I thought he would be a little bit more outspoken when it came to LGBT issues. He was very, as far as the trans side of it, the T portion, he was very open about it at the beginning. Going back to 2012, there was a girl named Jenna Telekova, a trans woman up in Canada, who entered the Miss Universe pageant, and there was this big hullabaloo. Barbara Walters did an interview with her, all of this. Should she be there? And he totally welcomed her and said, if she makes it to the finals, she's here, she's in. It's all good. He mentioned it at the convention, LGBT issues, and got a a big applause. And so I thought he'd be a little disappointed. I think it's a lot of the people around him.
Has anyone, has there been anyone from the administration that you've been able to get in to sit down with at all, if not the president himself?
Yes, but I can't talk about it.
Oh, you can't? So it'll be upcoming.
I try to keep it quiet.
Okay, well, that's good news, though, that you have made some progress.
With the Department of Education, I've been everywhere.
Good.
Yeah, I go down, just like actually this afternoon, I'm at the UN.
Nice.
That's kind of fun.
Awesome.
Fabulous.
Nikki Haley, I have a meeting with her about LGBT issues worldwide.
Good.
Which we have our problems here and our issues here, but if you look on an international basis,
it's rough.
They'd chop my head off in some countries.
Yes, they will.
Yeah, that's right. And that's legal. That's
it's legal.
Due punishment.
Yeah.
So I think what's
so I'm actually looking forward to that.
I hope she's going to be open to it because when she was governor of South Carolina, she had a pretty abysmal record in terms of LGBTQ rights.
She actually did not follow North Carolina when it came to the bathroom issue, when it came to trans issues.
That is true.
She totally avoided it, stay away, let North Carolina do their thing.
But she went to court in South Carolina opposing same-sex marriage. She did do that.
I think it's tough for Republicans because their base is so evangelical.
But everybody, the good news is, pretty much everybody's come around.
Yeah, let's hope she's moving in another direction.
Well, she actually came out big on...
did the whole Russia thing, but...
Yeah, the whole Russia thing, she came out against it, and
but, part of that, and we're not going to really get deeply into it, but a lot of it, as somebody just said, it has a lot to do with religion.
Yeah.
And how people feel. And so, some of the issues we've seen have been under the guise of religious freedom.
That is true.
So we have to really, I'm hoping that she can take a look at that and recognize that your religious freedom is as important as everybody else's religious freedom. So maybe we should just, as a human race, say, listen, we are who we are. And just like folks got used to black people hanging out right next door to them and marrying into the family. And, I mean, when I grew up, people were like,
that never happened in my family.
That's what you think. That's what you think.
We practically lived next door to each other.
We did. It's shocking we didn't have any children.
At least that I know about.
Well, we go back a long way, which I'm really always been thrilled to say, but I always been gracious and wonderful fans. I've seen Caitlyn with fans, and folks would come up and never turned anybody away. It's always gracious. It was great.
I've always tried to be, especially now out there, I want people, most people have never met anybody who's trans, never had to deal with those issues. And if I do have a personal encounter with somebody, I want it to be a pleasant encounter.
Well,
I
I've
want
always
them to walk
seen
away
you
and say, you know what, because I do represent, you know, the community in a lot of ways.
Yes, you do.
And one-on-one, it's very important.